All right, we are live. What's happening, everyone? Haven't streamed the show in a hot minute. So, as you can probably tell by the title of today's episode, we're going to be doing the 2025 draft in today's episode. If we go to Sim to Draft Day, the draft is in 3 days. So we're going to do that in a little bit. I did do some of this franchise off camera, or off stream, if you will. I decided that I'm going to play some of this off stream. I do want to capture all like the big moments, so like the draft, for example. I'm going to show you guys the draft. The All-Star game's coming up. I'll probably show you guys that. Any trades I make, I'm going to do on stream too. And of course, I'm still going to play somewhat frequently on stream. So we are 3 days away from the draft. I've been doing player locks both on and off stream. Not a whole lot has changed. We'll quickly go through like our lineups. Of course, I changed some things up because I wanted to give guys some days off. So this isn't necessarily our starting lineup. Alex Call's been kind of meh. 332 on base isn't terrible, but it's not great either. 246 average is a little lower than I would like. Luis Garcia hasn't been great. Joey Meneses has been pretty good. Max Muncy's been excellent. James Wood starting to heat up, turn a corner. His average was sitting in the 210s for a while, so that's good. Keibert Ruiz is doing fine. Jeter Downs doing a pretty good job, albeit in a pretty small sample size. CJ Abrams is doing okay. Elijah Green, he's a backup outfielder. Hunter Renfroe has been doing about what I would expect, low batting average, but he's hitting some bombs. Josh Naylor, I hardly knew her. He's doing pretty good. I do like his on base, 364 on base. He is walking almost as much as he's striking out. 282 average and 10 homers isn't anything to bat an eye at either. Christian Bethancourt, he's a backup catcher, whatever is what it is. Rafael Lantigua, kind of just depth for our infield. We go to our pitching rotation. Max Fried has been hot as of late, 3.13 ERA, 1.14 WHIP. Love to see that. Those are ace quality numbers right there. Only problem is we don't really have a definitive number 2 in the rotation at the moment. Cade Cavalli's done a fine job replacing Steven Strasburg. Michael Wacha's been fine. Mackenzie Gore on a little bit of a cold streak, although I think I had a pretty rough outing with Mackenzie Gore as a player lock, so numbers are a little inflated, and I think I did the same with Josiah Gray. Brian Bayo has done a pretty good job in the long relief role, 3.45 ERA, 1.29 WHIP. Strasburg's been pretty bad this year, and he's on probation, so to speak, where if we see him get blown up one more time, I think we're going to DFA him. Matt Strom's been fine. Erasmo Ramirez has been fine. Peter Rocha has been pretty good. 1.02 ERA is excellent. Eli Morgan's been touched up a little bit. Might have to move him from the setup role. Cino Perez has been not that great. And Dylan Coleman, again, I think his stats are a little inflated due to me playing as him instead of the sim. So, outside of that, I mean, trade talks are still the same. We haven't initiated any trades. As you can see, Michael Wacha, Christian Bethancourt, Josh Naylor, Max Muncy, and not shown there is Erasmo Ramirez. They're all on our trading block. All 5 of them are free agents after this year, so I want to try to get something back. I will say I've done some experimenting off stream to just see what I could potentially get back in a trade package, and I gotta say I'm kind of intrigued. But that's for another time. For now, we're gonna do some more player locks. I'm gonna go to play full game here for a second. I think I'm going to play as like the bottom 3 in my lineup, but as you can see, Luis Garcia needs a day off, Muncy needs a day off, James Wood needs a day off. So that means I'm going to go to... I don't know if I can give all three of those guys a day off. I think I'm going to put Muncy at DH maybe, and then give Garcia and Wood a day off. It's a little bit of a pain in the ass, but... All right, right-handed pitcher, DH. So Wood needs a day off. Garcia needs a day off. Actually, we will need Lantigua there, and we'll put Downs at third base. Lantigua at second. Muncy will be the DH. We'll put Meneses at first. Or actually, do I want to do that? Because I want to get Josh Naylor back in the lineup. I was going to say Elijah Green will be our center fielder. I think I'm going to put Meneses in left. Now, lineup for today, I might have to get a little creative. But Naylor might be our leadoff hitter. And the thing is he's slow as shit, but he gets on base and hits for a good average. Do I want to put Jeter Downs as my leadoff hitter? Nah. Yeah, I think I'm going to do Naylor, Jeter Downs. Let's do, yeah, Meneses, Muncy, Renfroe, Ruiz. Yeah, it's not a bad lineup. Now, who do I want to player lock as? I might player lock as Jeter Downs, because I don't think I've player locked as him. Yeah, we'll do that. Jeter Downs.
And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. We've got baseball on the show. It's the Milwaukee Brewers and the Washington Nationals. First pitch moments away. Showing
and we're down 2-0 already.
Game. Michael Wacha. Chris, what should we keep an eye on here with him?
Well, it hasn't been a great year so far in terms of ERA, but he's had some decent games, and there have been some flashes of greatness, if you will. We'll see today if he's able to get
that's a great start,
and perhaps get some swings and misses, put himself in a position to.
And now we're down 5-0.
Because you know, in the back of his mind, beyond the W, he wants to have a better earned run average.
Downs swings through that one as he comes to the plate for the second time today. Swing and a miss. No balls,
late on that one.
Well, this can be kind of frustrating for the hitting coach. Right now, this lineup seems to be swinging at everything.
Got him swinging for the strikeout. Chase the fastball up the ladder.
Oh, this is a good start.
Jeter Downs.
And we're down 8-0. Jesus Christ.
Strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
And that one almost got him.
Well, these Nats need to bring up the quality of their at-bats and specifically their swings. They're trying to find ways to drive the ball with some authority, but it's just not happening for them so far. 0 extra base hits in the game, so it's been tough for them to get anything going.
Hey, let's go, big fella.
The 1-1 is fouled off.
Sometimes you have to keep chipping away until you break through, but it's a lot easier to put runs on the board when you have guys in scoring position because they put themselves there.
Hey, let her fly, let her fly.
Popped up. Polanco on the move.
God damn.
It in on the run. Runner tagging for third. Not in time. He's safe.
Should get at least one more at bat. Yep, here it is.
Jeter Downs digging in for the Nationals.
Ross Stripling on the mound now.
Swing and a miss. 0-1.
I don't know why I'm so late on these slower fastballs.
On the ground. They take the force out. That's the third out. Inning over. So the batting order turns over. Bryce Turang up now for the Brewers. He's already homered here in this one. Softly hit to third. There's one. Over to first, safe.
Good fade and sinking action of that changeup. Got that hitter to roll over.
9-1 is how it ends. For Chris
Michael
Singleton
Wacha gets kind of dinged up on the mound. We lose 9-1. I kind of do the same thing here. I don't think anyone needs a day off. I might give Keibert Ruiz a day off. It's a lefty on the mound. Keibert Ruiz the day off. Yeah, I think that's as good of a lineup as we're going to get. Player lock is Christian Bethancourt, maybe.
Here in Washington, D.C., glad you're with us. And Chris, of course, you have to think about that 2000. Here's Luis Urias. 3 hits last night, so he was a big factor in getting that win. Bunting for a hit. To first, and that is
we're already down 2-0 in the first.
But 2 runs for him, and they jump ahead. And welcome back as we go to the last of the third. And now the catcher comes up to him. Christian Bethancourt. The pitch. Bethancourt goes 6 feet 3 inches, 33 years old, and they went out and made a trade for him last season. And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it.
Didn't recognize off speed. Thought it was fastball. A little bit out in front.
That one not close. And that is ball 1.
Let her rip.
Next offering, pop foul off to the right out of play. Here's a 1-2. And now 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
On the ground, out to short. Nice grab. Throw to first, and it beats him. What a play.
Batting 9, the shortstop, Jeter.
And the batter now, Christian Bethancourt.
We're actually up.
Luke, I'd say he's due.
And a foul ball.
Right down the cock.
Renfroe on third. Garcia on at second with 2 down. That one missed. Next offering is in for a strike.
Really going after him here. All fastballs to get ahead in the count.
Way inside, gets out of the way.
He's been trying to tease the zone with that slider, but these hitters have showed patience, not going outside the strike zone.
And that's outside. And they're all loaded up.
Oh, that sets up a really big at-bat in this game. These are the moments when everyone in the stadium gets really locked in.
So 2 down. Next to hit for the Nats, Jeter Downs. Next pitch is popped up. Urias puts the squeeze on.
Well, we have the
one,
lead at least.
That'll end the inning. Here's the catcher, Christian.
Now it's tied.
He's 0 for 1.
Bethancourt.
In there for strike 1.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit is probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
That's hit hard. Right center, that's going to get down.
Coming home.
That's going to give us the lead.
It's now 5-4.
As Bethancourt is in with an RBI double.
A swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
Jeter Downs to the plate here. And a 1-2. In the air, left field.
Go hard, you're scoring.
Yelich makes the play, and it's out number 3. But 2 runs. Up now for Washington, Christian Bethancourt.
Really good piece.
Still up by 1.
Going to the opposite field.
And he swings and misses at the initial offering.
Looks like he went up there guessing on the first pitch. It was going to sell out to it. Didn't make any contact, though.
And that's through there for a strike.
Man,
Good
this
pitch.
has been a real important inning in relief. I mean, so far, they've been doing a great job holding that deficit at 1.
Going to count 1 and 2.
It's a good take.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Hey, see it. Hey, drive it. Here we go.
And the 1-2 misses to even the count.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Hey, see it. Drive it right there.
The 2-2. Swing and a high fly ball, pretty well struck right field. That's back. Pulls it in.
Missed a home run by a few feet.
And the Nationals gone in order as they hold on to a 5-4.
And we lost? Are you fucking kidding me?
10th man, those fans making a lot of noise, but they took the lead in the 9th inning, quieted things down, and were able to get those final 3 outs in the bottom half as well.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Very well executed.
What happened in the top of the 9th?
6-5 the final here today. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.
Leadoff home run. Ground out another home run. So we take the lead and we end up blowing it in the 9th. Completely out of our control. Is today draft day? No, we got 1 more. All right, we end that series with the Brewers. We lose 2 out of 3. It's the 4th of July.
Starting off in the national.
Let's see who we got. Who needs a day off? Anyone? Either Muncy or Renfroe could use a day off. I think we'll give Muncy the day off. Get Garcia back in the lineup. Get Wood back in the lineup. Wood. And what do we want? Naylor. Call, Naylor, Meneses, Renfro. James Wood. Wood. Yeah, something like that. We'll do one more player lock. This player lock is CJ Abrams this time.
Less than 2 miles south of the... So 2 down. Here's CJ Abrams to hit. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Line drive. Jumps, but it's off his glove. He doesn't have a play, and that leaves them with runners at first and second.
All right, I'll take it.
So the Nats lineup turns over. Alex Call will hit next. 1 for 1. He led off the bottom of the first with a single. And a 1-1. Swing and a pop-up. Segura makes the catch, and that'll do it. So the Nats leave a pair. Base is empty with 2 away.
And we're losing.
Here's
Shocker.
O'Neal Cruz. His first at-bat was a strikeout. And here it comes. On the ground to short. Abrams tosses to first. Out number 3. 3 runs for him here, and they move ahead. We move on to the bottom of inning. Back here in Nationals Park, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the 4th, Avisail Garcia. Out to short. Sends it to first. Leadoff hitter retired in the 4th.
Now batting, the first baseman, Anthony.
Man at first with 1 gone. And at the plate for Miami, Cal Raleigh. And the right-hander deals. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. They get it in quickly. So first and second now, 1 out.
Look, I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but he did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the bottom.
CJ Abrams.
And we're down 6-1.
Down.
It's great. Love that.
First offering, and it just misses. Ruiz off of first with 2 away.
Hey, need you right here. 1 time. Let's go.
Next offering misses. 2-0. Ripped on a line. And that one hops the wall. And into second easily with a 2-out double.
Nice piece of hitting.
Wasting no time. He's
2 for 2.
2 for 2 now on the night, and just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already. Bounce to the left side.
And we're not going to score.
Segura throw to first.
Call us Beavis and
That ends the
Butthead.
inning.
Because we're never going to score.
So the Nats leave a pair. So 1 out with 2 aboard. CJ Abrams getting ready to hit. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Always tough to turn 2 on a speedster like this. It's even harder with him coming out of the left-handed batter's box. You really need something to hit hard on the ground that they can handle to turn 2 quickly.
2-0. That's ripped. Base hit. Ruiz rounds third, headed for the plate.
We're 3 for 3 right now.
In there. It's 6-3.
Everything came together for him. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. The ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Downs, the runner at third. Abrams over at first with 1 away. That's towards center. Chisholm drifts towards it. makes the grab. Runner tags from third. The throw is wild, and it gets away. And now the runner will score from third.
We got a couple back.
Throw.
There you go. Nice little RBI there. It's a great at bat. Got the job done.
2 outs, runner at first. Now the number 2 hitter, Josh Naylor. Well struck, right field. That's back. Out of here.
Naylor! I hardly knew her!
They're going crazy.
Tie game.
The dugout is 11th of the year, and we are starting over. It's 6-6.
Knew what pitch he wanted to hit and spent on.
Back to the top of the lineup, Jazz Chisholm Jr. now. The 0-1. Out to short, Abrams. On the run, sent it over to first. Out, number 2.
Now batting.
So 2 away with nobody.
And we're losing again. We come all the way back to tie it, and now we're losing again.
First offering misses the mark.
Got to keep things airtight defensively right here. On your toes, ready to make a play. If you can get this to the 9th with a 3-run lead, it should be a W.
Ripped to short.
Oh, beat it out, beat it out.
Inning over. Nothing doing for Washington. So the depth.
He's up to triple.
And we lose
with
again.
That save, 100 for his career now, and he's become an artist when it comes to closing out ball games.
9-6 the final in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so.
Dodgers are offering me something. They want Max Muncy back on the team in exchange for a couple slapdick prospects. Yeah, no.
Inside the Show with your host, Justin Allegri.
The first-year player draft is only a day away. Welcome to Inside the Show. Starting off in the National League East, Luis Arias added 3 RBIs to his total as the Marlins got the best of the Nats, 9-6. The Red Sox grabbed 13 hits in the game as they defeated the visiting Fightin' Phils 5-4. The New York Mets combined to give up just 5 hits as they dismantled the A's 12-1. The Atlanta Braves put together 10 total hits as they took care of the Rocks in Colorado 4-2. Patrick Wisdom had a big
Rearranging the
fly
lineup,
driven in as
the
Cubs took
lineup
down
a little bit.
5-3. The Texas Rangers launched 3 home runs as they got a road win against Arizona 4-3. Chris Sale got his 9th win out of the pen as the Dodgers defeated the rival Giants 1-0. He is currently in the top 5 in the NL in wins. The Padres hit 3 long balls as they grabbed the win against the visiting Reds 5-4. The Astros first baseman, number 9, drove in an impressive 5 with 2 home runs as Houston bested the Blue Jays 10-4. Adam Frazier drove home 3 runs, helping lead the Orioles over the Pirates 5-3. Josh Van Meter swung the bat well with 3 hits as the Yankees got the win over the White Sox 6-2. It was their 5th straight victory. Isaac Paredes smacked a home run and drove in 3 as the Rays defeated the Tigers 3-0. The Milwaukee Brewers allowed only 5 hits in the game as they beat the Royals in Kauffman Stadium 5-0. The Guardians smacked 15 team hits as they defeated the Twins in the Twin Cities 5-4.
All right. All right, we're going to do this. I don't know why Dylan Coleman isn't on the mound, but we're going to roll with it. Although he got shelled the other day.
For the Marlins, Nick Fortes trying to deliver as the hero.
Oh, yep, he's not in the bullpen, so I'm going to assume he got fucked.
And he dodges that fastball.
Pretty good pitch to take a pass at in a 1-0 count. Just not able to square it up.
Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2. Next offering is outside. The 2-2 on the way. Fights it off. He'll see another. And a pitch.
At this point in the game, you cannot issue free passes. He's going to have to challenge this hitter. Hitter's got to be ready to swing it.
He went.
Check swing. Now we'll look
He
down
did.
to first.
I was joking.
He punches him out. He went around. One-run game here today. Your final score, 7-6.
Finally won.
To win it. Crew here.
They call me, yeah, they call me modern trash. I am just a common fad. Wrote myself a letter for the gods. Now it's crumpled in the bottle. Took a while to start, like an engine in the.
All right, it's draft time.
Not a broken record, I'll be fine. And I live the fool for life. Soon I gotta see the bad. Word is looking at me like what's next. Wonder if they care. Me and Alex used to in the park bench, laying foundations, turn it to a garden. Yeah, might not make it to the top. People telling me to stop. Everything.
Jesus, do I have like no one scouted?
Never had a world in my hands. They gon' throw songs on my head, leave me hooked till I'm finished, till it wall full of faces are calling me God. Welcome to the jungle. It's what happens when you wake up.
I don't even know what pick we have. We have the 5th pick of the draft. It's kind of the same thing. We're going to just pick the best player available. Yeah.
Think I lost my mind. Reality so hard.
All right, so I got George Lambert here. He wants $6.5 million. We only have $9 million as our allotment. How the hell do we have such? I mean, the thing is usually your first round pick has a big bonus demand, and then your later round picks don't usually have as big of a demand. Also, why do I not have my second round pick? Is it because I Rule 5 Lantigua? See, this is the thing, is this guy wants more money than I can afford right now. But he looks like he could help us out potentially right now or in the very near future. Whereas this guy, George Lambert, probably not going to be able to help us out for a few more years. Yeah, we got to go with this guy. 18 years old, 58 to 73 overall, potential to be an 80 to 95 overall. 18 years old. Probably not going to break into the bigs, I'd guess, for another few years, but we're doing the long game here. Yeah, what do we got here? Got Joe Mack, another starting pitcher. Could be an 89 overall. Somewhere between a 56 and a 70 right now. He's 22 years old. So best case scenario is he's like a 70 overall right now. And then he develops to a borderline all-star pitcher. And probably breaks into the bigs sometime within the next 2 years. Worst case scenario, he's like a 56 overall. Doesn't develop. Kazuhito Suzuki, I think that's how you pronounce it. Anywhere between a 41 and a 75 overall, 59 to 93 potential. Pretty wide range there. Best case scenario is he's pretty good right now and he can break into the bigs, honestly, on the sooner rather than later side. And he can be, dare I say, a all-star. Worst case scenario, he's an absolute bust. But I feel like in the later rounds of the draft, you are going to kind of take risks on guys. We got Alberto Velez, another second baseman, kind of the same thing, higher potential, 98 overall potential, whereas overall is anywhere between 35 and 69. So same thing, we draft this guy, probably going to sit in the minors for a couple years, I would think. But he has the potential to be an elite player. Let's take a look at a couple more. Dustin Barron, 64 to 88, 58 to 82 overall currently. So he could be ready on the sooner rather than later side. That wouldn't be a bad pick. Worst case scenario, I feel like this guy is probably the more conservative pick. So I'm going to decide between these four. We already drafted a starting pitcher, so I think I'm going to pass on Mack. So it's down to these three, Suzuki, Velez, and Barron. Suzuki opted out of his doctor's exam. So we can see. I mean, he's got such a big range. Now, this is another thing to look out for is if a guy's projected overall is largely higher due to his fielding attributes, probably don't want him. Not that fielding isn't important, obviously, but I need guys who can get on base right now. Our offense is pretty pitiful, and as we can see here with Suzuki, looks like he's pretty good in the field. Looks like he's pretty fast, too, but it looks like he's probably, best case scenario, an average hitter. So I'm going to pass on him. Alberto Velez, he's healthy, didn't pass on his doctor's exam. See, he has such a high potential, but all of his hitting attributes look like he's going to be, what, average? And honestly, none of his fielding attributes stick out that much besides his speed and his arm strength. But he's a second baseman. Dustin Barron, okay, this guy looks like he could potentially be an elite contact hitter. And he's got some good qualities behind the plate. We're drafting this guy. All right, who we got now? We got Sean Cott, another second baseman, 55 to 89 overall, 38 to 72, or 55 to 89 potential, 38 to 72 overall. Best case scenario, this guy is able to help us out in the near future. Worst case scenario, he never makes it past like rookie ball or whatever. And we have Alberto Melendez, 49 to 83 potential. Although his overall is projected to be anywhere between 54 and 88. Same thing, best case scenario. He's able to break the bigs in the next couple years. Worst case scenario, doesn't go anywhere. Thomas Healy, 54 to 88 overall, or potential, 40 to 74 overall. A lot of these guys are probably going to be the same thing. Best case scenario, they break into the bigs in the next couple of years. Worst case scenario, they never sniff the big leagues. We're pretty much taking waivers. Lionel Foley, we already drafted a catcher, so we'll skip over him. Dustin Wilburn. Oh, this is a boom or bust prospect. 75 to 99 potential, but 33 to 57 overall. So this is kind of the exception to the rule I just said. He has the potential to be a superstar, but it's probably going to take him 4 or 5 years. He's going to take like the Aaron Judge career path, where people forget Aaron Judge didn't break the bigs until he was, what, 25, 26? And of course, now he's a absolute superstar. But, all right, I think those are the guys we're going to narrow down to. Sean Cott, so we can see, I'm looking mostly at hitting. Looks like he's going to be, he does have some pop against lefties. Actually, he's got potential to have some pop in general. Pretty good hitter overall, it looks like. Not too bad in the field. And that facial hair. He's got good speed, too. Need to work on that arm accuracy. So, yeah, he's definitely a second baseman by trade. But we'll see. Alberto Melendez. Oh, look at those numbers on the hitting column. It looks like he's trash in the field, but he could be, he's a first baseman. We don't need him to be elite over there. But this guy could potentially rake for years to come. Healy, looks like best case scenario, he's about an average hitter. Pretty solid in the field. And then I think this guy was the last guy we were looking at. Yeah, we're staying away from this guy. I think I gotta take this guy. I mean, his bat's just too good to pass up. All right, we got, what, 2 more picks now? We have Sebastian Corona. Yeah, I'm going to have to pass. I survived through 2020, so I might have to pass on this guy. In all seriousness, though, 75 to 99 overall, so he could potentially be an MVP. But right now, he's a 37 to 61 overall. He's 21 years old. So, best case scenario, this guy breaks into the bigs at, what, 24, 25 years old? And then maybe he does develop into that superstar, but there's a potential that he breaks into the bigs and kind of plateaus. Ed Cano, lefty reliever. That's something that we could definitely use. 50 to 84 overall, or potential 45 to 79 overall. Kind of the same case we've been talking about. Best case, he's able to break into the bigs within the next couple of years. Worst case, never sniffs the bigs. Kind of the same thing with Guillermo Lantigua, although he's another first baseman. We already drafted one. Although this guy looks like he's right-handed, so he can play other positions, I'd imagine. His fielding's not too bad. He's actually got really good arm strength. And he doesn't look like he's too slow either, so we could maybe put him in a corner outfield spot, maybe at third base potentially. Thomas Kubek, he's injured, so we're going to stay away from him. Juan Rocha, no relation to Peter Rocha. Same sort of thing. Could potentially break into the bigs in the next 2 to 3 years, or he could never sniff the bigs. So we're down to this Corona dude. He's a third baseman by trade. If we look, he's an average at best hitter, it looks like. And he's nothing too special in the field, so I don't think we're going to take him. Ed Cano is a pitcher. He's got good velocity. Doesn't have that much of a break. Struggles a little bit with control. Does punch a lot of guys out, though. So, I'm probably going to pick him over the Corona dude. Oh, this guy looks like he could be a really good contact hitter. And he's got decent speed. And he could potentially move somewhere else. So even though we already kind of drafted a first baseman, I don't know. I might take him. You know what? I'm taking the first baseman. I don't care if I already drafted one. I think this guy, Guillermo Lantigua, another guy, we got another guy with that same last name, like I pointed out before, with Rocha. But anyways, I do think this guy, he's got some promise. Obviously, he could flame out. But I do think we could potentially move this guy to a different position. I think he's fast enough and has good enough fielding attributes where we can stick him potentially in the corner outfield positions, maybe at like third base. All right, last pick of the draft. We got Henry Askew, another first baseman. Kind of the same thing. He could flame out. He could be in the bigs in the next couple of years. But it looks like his potential is in 85 overall. So a starter, maybe a borderline all-star, a year or two. That's best case scenario. Worst case scenario, he flames out. He's a pretty good contact hitter and about an average to... Yeah, he's about an average power hitter. In the field, pretty good in the field. Decent arm. Speed's kind of a wild card. It looks like it's average at best. So he could go in the corner outfield or potentially to third base, but we already drafted two first basemen. Louis Doty, same thing. Could potentially break into the bigs in the next few years. Could flame out and be a nobody. He's good at limiting hits. Lost strikeouts per 9. Velocity is about average. Control is a wild card, but has the ability to be above average. He's got a good breaking ball, it looks like. Sam Gallo, he has the potential to be a 99 overall, but right now his overall is anywhere between a 22 and a 56. So talk about a wild card. Best case scenario for him, he's not going to be ready to break into the bigs for probably, I don't know, 3-4 years. He is 18 years old, though, so we can afford to take that risk. Although it looks like... Yeah, I'm staying the fuck away from this guy. This guy's injured, so I'm going to stay away from him. This guy, not really what I'm looking for. Although this guy looks like he could be pretty fast. And he does look like he's an above average contact hitter, potentially. And I can live with the below average power, especially in the 6th round. We're going to take Rafael Robles with our last pick. That's our last pick, right? All right. Sim this final game.
Inside the Show with Justin Allegri.
Okay, so
Week and welcome to Inside the Show. Looking first at the NL East, the National center fielder, number 21, had a home run.
Looking at our team right now, let's take a look at some stats. We really only passed 5 games.
5 straight games. Entering the day's action, the Nationals are in last place in the NL
So,
East,
right now, Josh Naylor having a pretty good year. Vanessa's having a good year. Muncie's having a great year. Hunter Renfro's having a fine year. James Wood kind of is what he is.
The Oakland Athletics
Luis Garcia kind of is who he is. Keeper Ruiz is doing fine. Alex Call's doing fine. CJ Abrams is doing fine. So yeah, overall our offense, from the looks of it, is fine. I mean,
launched 3 home runs as they took down the visiting Braves.
I'd want it to be a little better than fine. It's pretty mediocre. And our bench isn't exactly strong.
Second place in the NL East. The Cardinals got 11 hits overall as they bested the Cubbies at Wrigley Field.
Because no one outside of Muncie's really lighting the world on fire. Take a look at our pitching rotation. Max Fried's still doing well. We don't really have a good number 2 pitcher. I mean, everyone else has an ERA above 4 outside of Max Fried. Brian Bayo may very well see time in the rotation soon. Strasburg on probation, like I said. Matt Strahm got hit around a little bit. Erasmo Ramirez has been fine. Peter Rocha has been pretty good. Eli Morgan hasn't been great. Cionel Perez has been all right. Dylan Coleman's been hit around a little bit. 5 blown saves on the year. So, I think that's going to do it for today. We're 39 and 53.
The Orioles combined to give up just 5 hits.
10.5 out. We're obviously not competing. We have, what, 424 winning percentage. How many teams are worse than us? 1, 2, 3, 4. We're a bottom 5 team in the league still. 25th rank will tell you that. So, next episode, I don't think I'm going to sim anything. I'll probably sim the Home Run Derby. I really don't give a shit about the Home Run Derby. I might play the All-Star game, though. And then we'll focus on some trades, potentially. Probably going to explore some packages off stream. I've kind of already started doing that, and I'm pretty optimistic, but I'm not sure what direction I want to go in. But we got our draft picks. I like our draft, I think, but we got to make sure that we can sign all these guys. So that's going to do it for today. Thanks for watching. See you later.